Yo, what up everybody, welcome back to another video. Ari here, and today I'm going to be reviewing a couple Shopify brands that are going to completely blow your mind. I already know you guys are going to love these stores. Now, I don't know if you have a Shopify store or not. If you do, then these stores are going to serve as amazing inspiration. I know I learned best from example, so these stores are really going to serve as amazing branding examples for you guys. And if you're not a Shopify store owner and you're here just for the entertainment, then well, I'll try to do my best to entertain you. So it's actually two stores that we're going to be looking at, and they're both actually quite similar. The first one is called Recess. Now, this particular store, I found out about it a couple months ago, and it caught my attention right away because of the amazing branding. I mean, look at this. This is just such a beautiful website. It just makes you want to shop, and it's very, very well done. They're basically cans of CBD infused sparkling water that apparently help you relax. They can either be singly purchased, or you can subscribe and get sent these cans every 2 weeks, every 4 weeks, or every 8 weeks. So, I mean, right away, you can tell that this website is just top tier design. So this is what I mean by the power of branding. Of course, this is not easily accomplishable for someone who's just starting, right? Like maybe you just found out about e-commerce and this is like some overwhelming level of branding, but nevertheless, if you want to be the best, you got to learn from the best, right? So it started in October of 2018, and as you can see, the founder and CEO Ben White launched Recess with a brand marketing first approach. Now the first thing, of course, is the colors. These colors are very on brand. They definitely thought about exactly how they're going to market this product. And I mean, these clouds are moving. You can even like click the clouds. Like this is just next level website design right here. Something like this would for sure cost you at least 10 to 20K to get made, I'm sure. This level of website development is very, very costly, I'm not gonna lie. And as you can see, I'm just gonna keep clicking these clouds because this is just addicting. It makes you just want to be on the store forever. But the first thing I want to note from this is that it's very clean and concise. There's not a ton of explanation, it's very to the point. So right away, the first things that they do is they show you the ingredients. So powerful compounds that help our body and mind maintain a calm and balanced state. So they use hemp, they use American ginseng, L-theanine, and lemon balm. So these are the ingredients that make the difference, I guess. And then here they sort of talk more about the actual flavors. So first they talk about the health and wellness aspect of it, which is their main selling point. And then they talk about the flavor, which is kind of like an added bonus. And then they reinforce that by saying that they only use the good stuff. So they're a healthy brand. And I kind of like how they say no fake things, very delicious, like just very simple terms and very concise. I personally really like this vibe. Maybe it's because I'm kind of the age demographic that they're targeting, but even that is something that is noteworthy, right? Like think about who is going to be shopping on your site. If your customers are going to be younger, maybe it's a good idea to use terminology like this and make it extra simple and transparent, as opposed to having all these crazy big words that nobody even understands. Make it simple. Tell it to me like I'm 5 years old. That's what I want, and that's what my generation wants as well. And here, as you can see, they just link you to their Instagram so that you can see a little bit of social proof behind the brand. Oh, sorry, that's from my brand, because we're popping off on Instagram too. An antidote to modern times, sparkling water for calm and focus. We canned a feeling. I love how they position themselves right away as like the solution to modern stress, which is so clever. I mean, especially with the younger generation that is more stressed out than ever. Like people who are under 30 are like the most stressed out people ever right now. And as you can see, their branding is so clean. I mean, they don't get the best engagement necessarily, but they keep it so on brand. And this is how they've been able to amount over 77,000 followers on their Instagram page, which is super cool. So I think the best way to find out exactly who they are is by looking at their Instagram highlights. So let's see. Hi friends, we're all so stressed wow, this is so good. So we created the antidote to modern times. CBD plus adaptogens. Okay, not sure what that is, but a perfect balance of calm and focus to be your most productive plus creative self. This is such a good thing to have in your Instagram highlights. The you are on your best days. Oh, follow us. Nice. This is super clean. So this is if you have a brand that, you know, is very heavy on Instagram, make sure you add a who we are tab. That was so helpful. I mean, I didn't exactly know what they're all about, and that just told me everything I needed to know right there. Now, I will admit, while I do love this brand, I think $5 a can is a little bit steep. I mean, $5 a can is pretty crazy, but that's just sort of how CBD is. CBD products are kind of upper end. They definitely are sort of premium products, but the person who's gonna be buying this is not buying this to get a cheap drink. They're buying this to get a quality drink that I guess will make them feel better also. I'm not sure exactly how well it works. I'm actually kind of really curious to try it, so I'm gonna buy some right now. So let's see, I added some to my cart. This is a beautiful cart page, so we'll check out here. Orders being processed, and so I just ordered some. You already know I gotta support small businesses out here. I hope that you guys would do the same for my brands if you vibe with it. I definitely am really curious to try this product though, like honestly. I just really want to know exactly how it works. I've tried CBD stuff in the past. It's not really my vibe. I prefer the THC, if you know what I mean. But still, I am always open to new things, and I'm definitely willing to try something new. And if I can support a small business while doing that, then that's a double positive, and I love double positives. So something interesting is after checking out, it sends me to this order page. Thanks for the order. Help us convince your friends to try Recess, and you'll both get $10 off. Give $10, get $10. Share invite link. That's pretty cool. This is actually a really clever way to make your customers your affiliates, and this is the biggest reason why it's so important to build a brand, is because of word of mouth marketing. I mean, this is how you're going to be able to spend less money on ads and make more money through your existing customers and increase the value of your brand. So these are things that I'm telling you guys, but I'm also like telling myself these things, because as much as I love doing these case studies and sharing this stuff with you guys, I also learn a lot from these. And so not only do I help you guys out, but I help myself. That's another double positive. And like I said, I always take those double positives. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited to receive that. Now, the other brand I wanted to show you is somewhat similar. It has honestly the same sort of branding vibe. And this is why I wanted to show you both of these, because they're both kind of like edgier style brands, but they have this a similar branding. Now, this one is a plant-powered puffs. So it's called Ripple Plus. And what it is, it's basically like a Juul. I don't know if you guys have ever ripped a Juul, which is like a nicotine stick, basically like a vape. But these don't have any nicotine in them. So they're just plant-based puff bars. They claim to be a vegan formula. I don't really know exactly what that even entails. I didn't know that these vapes were non-vegan. I didn't know that was a thing, but their branding is just unreal. And this is why I fell in love with this store in particular. I just really love how they presented it. One of my team members actually showed me this brand, and I'm glad they did, because I absolutely love it. Now, if we go to their Instagram, we can see that they are also building a pretty decent following here. And you know, they get even more engagement than the Reese's bar, because I can see that this solves an even bigger problem, which is getting people off of nicotine. Nicotine is extremely addictive, and you know, it's really harmful for people. So this actually does solve a problem. It helps people quit with a sort of healthy alternative. I'm not exactly sure how healthy this stuff is. I mean, obviously, I haven't tried it myself, and unfortunately, I'm not gonna buy this one, because 2021 is the health and wellness year. I'm not trying to drink, I'm not trying to smoke, I'm not trying to vape. I'm trying to just be my best self and inspire you guys to be the same. I'm trying to lead by example. But this is super cool, and one thing I really like is that since they have these 4 flavors, they also included a sampler pack, which is a really good idea to just bundle products together, especially if they're all sort of like the same product but different variants. You can just bundle things together and increase the price. That's exactly what they've done, and they charge $50 for these 4, which is not really that bad, honestly. I would have thought that they would be more, but the thing about it is that they are not reusable, so you have to buy them over and over again, which is kind of weird. I would have expected them to be sort of like Juuls, where you can switch out the Juul pod. And as you can see, they use the subscription model to obviously hook people. That's super smart. I think subscription models are amazing. That way you get the recurring monthly income for your business. That's really dope. And you know, the site itself is not really that complex. Like literally, they just keep it super simple, and this is exactly the type of site I love. I really don't like sites that explain things so much. Honestly, the simpler the better. Like I said earlier, explain it to me like I'm 5 years old. That's what I want. And that's what a lot of younger consumers want. So please keep that in mind and stop neglecting the younger generations. I'm trying to spend my money on small businesses, especially if they're cool. So I'm gonna make that a thing. When I start reviewing stores, if I really vibe with it, I'll be buying from those businesses. And hopefully you guys do the same if you actually vibe with it. I'm trying to make this community really supportive towards small businesses, because small businesses are leading the revolution, and I'm trying to inspire all of you to start your own business, or at the very least support other small businesses. And by the way, we're at 82.8k subscribers right now. It's literally making me tear up just looking at it. I just can't believe it. I still remember having like under 1,000 subscribers and like posting on Instagram and just really trying to reach more people. And look at us now. This is just unbelievable. I'm so grateful for every single one of you guys. Now lastly here, I just want to quickly read you this Forbes interview of the CEO of Recess Sparkling Water, because there's a couple things in there that I thought were really cool. So Recess Sparkling Water positions itself as an elixir for the digital age. Kind of a clever marketing move right there. Ready for another sparkling water brand? Recess is betting on it. Founded by Silicon Valley dropout Benjamin Whitty, or White, I don't know. The CBD and adaptogen-infused fizzy water is making waves in a crowded market. Launched in October of last year, the nascent company has amassed a decent social media following and about 4,000 back orders. They have since caught up, Recess says. That's a lot of back orders. Actually, let me calculate that. So 4,000 back orders at a $30 average order value, 120,000. So that's a 6-figure day or 6-figure month, whatever, when they just launched. That's pretty unreal. The brand is hopping on the bandwagon of several burgeoning industries. Water dominates the US beverage market in large part due to the bubbling popularity of flavored sparkling water. Brands like LaCroix and Spindrift are gulping down dollars once quarreled by soda giants. Meanwhile, new functional beverages that pep you up, calm you down, offer a detox, and other panacea, I don't know what that word is, features are hitting shelves every day. Recess hits on both trends while adding in flavors, supplements, and a design aesthetic that could have been churned out of a millennial buzzword generator. These articles are kind of ridiculous. The Nostrum blends supplements like L-theanine and hemp-extracted CBD with psychedelic-inspired, Insta-worthy can designs and inventive flavors such as blackberry chai and pomegranate hibiscus. Altogether, retail industry newbie Whitty thinks he's tackling the CPG market in a novel and unique way that will take his brand straight to your shopping cart. I don't understand half of the words you're saying in this, and I'm really sorry, Eve. You're an amazing writer, I'm sure. This is all amazing, but I just wish it was simpler. Anyways, so she asked the CEO, what was your business experience prior to starting Recess? And he says, after college, I moved to San Francisco and worked in the digital advertising space for 6 years. There, I started to understand how to think about building a brand online, the power of creating earned media, and this notion of influence. I always knew I wanted to start my own company and always knew I wasn't the best person on the planet to build software. My strengths lay in consumer experiences and figuring out what people want. That's always been my passion. I love design, art, cooking, posting, creating experiences. And so I just set out on my own. I honestly could not relate more to that answer. That's literally, if you asked me like, yo, Ari, why do you build e-commerce brands? That's why. I just love design. I love art. I love skating. I love building communities. It's what I love, and that's why I do it. And I guess me and this guy are vibing on a totally new wavelength, on a higher consciousness. So I really like that answer personally. What inspired you to start Recess? I've always been a naturally kind of weird, hyper anxious person, and when I started using CBD daily, I felt more balanced and even keeled. And as a result, I was more productive, more creative, and less stressed out and anxious. It was immediately clear to me that CBD was going to become a common everyday food ingredient, like caffeine or protein. For me, CBD is a productivity enhancer. It is not something I take before bed. It is not something to take the edge off after work. I take CBD all day and feel more productive. Recess had a strong and unique design aesthetic. How did you land on it? I wanted to create this Recess world that's a little bit psychedelic. You have to be different. I wanted to create a world that transported people. What are some brands that you try to emulate? What do you take inspiration from? Red Bull didn't market caffeine, it marketed Red Bull gives you wings. They focused on activating and motivating the action sports community. They became a media company. Oh, this guy snapped right there. It's about cultivating a community. It's about having a very clear mission and purpose. It's about creating an omni-channel experience. Probably my favorite marketer is actually Virgil Abloh, the founder of Off-White. Do I not talk about Off-White all the time? Like, is this guy me, or like what's going on? He's just kind of everywhere. It's very collaboration driven. He created a creative collective and is recording the process on social media. In many ways, I think of Recess's mission to about the creative process itself. I started my life as a creative, and then I kind of became like a tech guy, and now Recess is a platform for my creative ideas, and I have many creative partners who I collaborate with. Then there are other modern day lifestyle brands, Away, Glossier, Bonobos, Everlane. They show you that you have to have a bigger mission. Away is selling a suitcase that's selling a globetrotter lifestyle. Casper sells a mattress, but it's really a sleep company. What's LaCroix? It's a name. I don't know what it is. Many of these CPG companies don't have a mission. Things like sourcing are table stakes now. It's not enough. It's not what's going to connect. And that is a perfectly way to wrap up this long case study video. I totally agree with this guy. I really think that, brands like LaCroix, even though it's like literally $1 billion brand, so we really can't hate on it, it's just a name at the end of the day. It's not really harboring this crazy community like some of these other brands are that are just blowing up in the matter of years. And I think that's what's gonna make the difference between the classic person that buys just anything and everything on Amazon versus buying from small independent businesses. It's whether or not that person is gonna vibe with your brand and feel like a part of a community when they engage with your brand. So that's a great lesson to learn from all this, and I hope that this video inspired you in some way, or at the very least entertained you in some way. But with all that being said, let me know in the comments what you think about this brand, or let me know of any other brands you want me to review. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Peace.